What's going on, guys? It's Patrick here, and today I'm coming at you guys with a video talking about the Ray Gun Mark III. Now, this is a topic that has been covered extensively, basically since Black Ops 3 Zombies originally came out in November, and I've actually kind of shied away from this topic. There's been a lot of speculation and theories, and I shied away from it just on the idea that I didn't really think that there was a big possibility of this being a thing. However, with DLC 3 coming out probably in the next month, I think that if we are going to see a Ray Gun Mark III, it's most likely going to be for this third DLC. And I figured, you know what, I may as well entertain this thought. So guys, in this video, going to be talking about how this gun would be featured in the game, why it's probably going to be DLC 3 if it's going to be in the game at all, and what we might expect to see this gun looking like and how it might work. And I'm going to be kind of, again, this is like speculation. So I'm pretty much just going to be putting myself kind of like in a business/developer mindset and just trying to make logical conclusions. That's all this video is going to be. It's not your cup of tea. That's okay. Anyways, let's talk about the Ray Gun Mark III. So, first things first, how would we get it into zombies? Well, straight up, I don't think we're going to see any black market BS. I don't think there's going to be any of that where you have to spin for it, use COD points. I think they're doing exactly like they did it with DLC 3 and Buried of Black Ops 2, where you buy the DLC, you get a free weapon. I think that would be pretty likely with zombies. I don't think they're going to go as hardcore as they did on the multiplayer. We obviously saw a lot of people didn't like that. And again, I think it would be very likely that it would just come with the map. You buy DLC 3, you get the gun. Probably would be the most likely case. Now, as far as DLC 3 goes, why DLC 3? Well, basically, you just have to think as far as business goes. It's the most logical decision to make as far as a business decision goes. Because in the summer, right, there's a lot of people that play Call of Duty are young. Obviously, not everyone, but a large majority of Call of Duty players are still in school, either university or high school or junior high or whatever. And in the summertime, they're off school. So that basically makes for a bigger market of Call of Duty players, which is more potential for people to buy DLC. So, you know, you're a kid, you're off in the summer, and new DLC drops, well, you're probably going to be more likely to buy it because you have more free time and you can play it more. And if there's a DLC weapon in there, that's just going to sweeten the deal, right? That only makes sense. Now, you could say, well, DLC 4 is going to be in the summer too, at the late summer. Why not then? Well, the reason I would say it's probably not going to be for DLC 4 is because that DLC is going to be all about the ending of the storyline, tying everything up. We're going to see some probably sick wonder weapons, but I just don't think it would make sense. They didn't do that with Origins. Could you imagine had they put the Ray Gun Mark II in Origins? Like, we're so focused on the staffs, but then there's also this crazy new ray gun. It would be a little bit convoluted. Whereas with DLC 3, it's like we've had some zombies maps now. We got a new zombies map, we got a new ray gun, but then we have the whole summer to go back through all the other Call of Duty or all the other zombies maps and use this gun. So it just, from a business stance, kind of makes sense to do it in DLC 3. That's what they did with Black Ops 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they did it with Black Ops 3, if they were going to do it at all. Now, okay, we've covered how we get it. We've covered why it's probably going to be DLC. So why and when? The real question, though, is what? What is this going to be, again, if it's going to be a thing in zombies? So I've come up with a couple, I don't even know. I'm just going to talk, and hopefully this makes sense. If we look at the Ray Gun Mark 1 and 2, the only real similarity is that they're both pistols. The Ray Gun Mark 1 is a automatic, kind of, but it's like a very slow shooting automatic weapon. The Ray Gun Mark II is a burst fire. If you hold them down, if you hold the Ray Gun Mark 1 down, shoots kind of fast, you know, pretty slow firing though, honestly. You hold the Ray Gun Mark II down, or you spam it, it'll shoot kind of fast. But again, they're both kind of like a shot, kind of like quick firing, I would say. You know, it's not that of like a shotgun or a sniper or anything like that. They're quicker firing. So I started thinking, okay, there's not really a lot of conclusions we could draw from that, other than the fact that it would probably be a pistol. I mean, the Mark 1 was a pistol, the Mark 2 was a pistol. I don't see why they'd make it like some crazy huge cannon. That's just not really the style of the ray gun. It's supposed to be light. So I think we can automatically rule out light machine guns and sniper rifles. Sort of. Light machine guns, yes, we've seen a fast firing thing before. It's not going to be heavy. We're not going to see a light machine gun ray gun. That would be cool, but I just can't see Treyarch doing that. Sniper rifle, we're not going to see like a holding sniper rifle where you zoom in and go like, you know, and wreck zombies. I can't see that happening either, or even a shotgun that's heavier. I think we're probably going to get a lightweight pistol. So that kind of leaves a sniper, a shotgun, or some crazy ray beam thing that we can imagine up. So let's talk about these three possibilities, right? We've basically ruled out anything that's like a two-handing thing. Probably ruled out anything that's like automatic, like an SMG, assault rifle, LMG. So we're probably left with, like I said, sniper, shotgun, crazy thing that we can imagine up. Let's run with those three, probably three most likely ideas. First off, let's talk shotgun. So with Black Ops 3, we saw a huge influx of good shotguns in the game. We saw some really powerful shotguns that Treyarch added, and that tells me that there could be a chance that we might see a ray gun shotgun. We had the Marshalls, very cool pistol shotguns, the Haymaker, the Brecci, the KRM, some very, very good weapons, as well as the Argus if you want to throw it in there. But the shotgun could make a lot of sense. Maybe a pistol shotgun, kind of like the Marshalls, where you shoot it out, and it's kind of like those the Ray Gun Mark II kind of shot like little needle, tiny bursts. Maybe like that, but kind of just, you know, goes out everywhere. That could be a possibility, but I don't see how that would really vary from any of the other shotguns we've seen. I just think it would be kind of stale. So I don't really like that idea. Sniper. I was going to say shotgun. Sniper rifle. Let's talk about a sniper rifle. This seems a little bit more reasonable. So in Black Ops 2, in Origins, we had the upgraded Mauser, which actually had a scope on it. You'd zoom in, and it would be kind of like, sort of like a Ray Gun Mark II-ish gun. But that idea of a pistol with a scope on it, I could definitely see the Ray Gun Mark III being something like that, where it's like crazy collateral damage, and it's like basically like a pistol sniper that has insane collateral damage on it. So you shoot it into a horde, and it won't take out the entire horde because your horde's going to be a little bit wide, but it'll take like 4 or 5 zombies out in a row that are all right down. That is something that would be really, really cool. And again, if you think about it from a development side, that's pretty unique. That's pretty cool to see in zombies. So shotgun, maybe. Sniper, I think that would be very likely. The third idea, like I said, like something crazy. And the best idea I had is, if you guys remember from Exo Zombies, in the last map, there was the weapon called the Trident. And it was this, it shot like a beam like this out. Like you shoot it from here, and it was kind of like a pen, and it would go like out like that. That is kind of the idea of this third possibility. So a gun that, instead of, basically the opposite of a sniper, that kind of keeps the characteristics of a shotgun. So instead of shooting laterally, like taking out a lot of zombies collaterally long ways, it shoots like a laser beam out that, like, if you have a full horde, it would hit like the first row of zombies and kill them all. But it doesn't have much depth. So that could be something that would be really interesting too. So it's, like I said, basically the exact opposite of a sniper. Instead of depth, it's got width, and takes out, you know, like if there's like 5 zombies in front of you, you shoot that. And that also kind of keeps the characteristic of a shotgun and sort of switches it up. Now, I'm not talking exactly like the Trident, because that thing was kind of a piece of crap, but like just kind of a gun that just shoots like a straight line out. And, you know, if there's a couple zombies in your way, like maybe 3 to 4, it'll take all of them out. I think that would be epic. Also, the sniper, I think, would be epic. And honestly, if we were going to see a Ray Gun Mark III, I would like to see, like I said, either a gun that has depth or width. I don't really want to see like another, you know, like an automatic ray gun, like a PPSH ray gun, or the gameplay you're seeing that's just like this crazy ray gun spam. Nothing like that, but I think it would be really cool, like I said, to see something with depth or width. So guys, that's basically my speculation for the video. This is completely just me trying to make the best presumptions and assumptions and speculation that I can. I'm just one person, but these are the ideas that I really like, and I think it's good. I think we're probably going to get if it happens, okay? In conclusion, I think we're probably going to get it as we got the same way the Ray Gun Mark II in DLC 3, and just kind of goes back to every single other map. It's probably going to be DLC 3 again, and I have no idea what it would be, but if I had to pick, I would make it a gun that's like a sniper that has depth, or a kind of shotgun weird thing that has width. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Really, I just wanted to make this video because I'm excited about the thought of a Ray Gun Mark III, but I don't know if it's a possibility. And I just wanted to throw some ideas out there. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later. Peace out, nerds. Actually, you know what? Go follow me on Twitter and tweet at me and say that, hey Pat, I'm following you because you told me to follow you. I don't know. I can do what I want. It's the end of the video. I can do anything at this point in the video, and it really doesn't matter because you're here. It doesn't matter. Anyways, just thought I'd randomly throw that in. I don't know. I tweet dumb stuff. But all right, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.